Hello, I'm Natasha Hussein, and welcome to Newsfeed, your daily dose of what people are talking about online. We begin our first show of the year attempting the impossible, predicting what tech stories 2024 will bring. If last year was anything to go by, we can expect more of the bizarre. I mean, who could have predicted Elon Musk taking over Twitter and then driving the rebrand X down into the ground? ChatGPT, it didn't exactly come out of nowhere, but was more powerful and more impressive than most people thought possible. And then OpenAI dumped CEO Sam Altman only for its employees to demand him back or they'd all quit. Chaos, huh? Tech journalist and author Chris Stokel-walker admitted last year ran him ragged and that it would be foolish to offer predictions about what will happen in 2024. But for Newsfeed, he's offered to give it a go. Thanks, Chris.
I think 2024 is going to be a very key year for the world of tech. We're going to see huge changes happening. If we take AI first as the key example, we saw the long year of 2023, which really started in November 2022, becoming a huge battleground for the future of all of our lives. Now, OpenAI has dominated much of that. They've been the key company that has been really ruling the roost when it comes to artificial intelligence, but there are competitors here. We have Google. We also have many, many other open source alternatives, and also Meta, who are always in the background, simply happing at the heels of those big companies. Now, there are also antitrust considerations to think about here. The UK's Competition and Markets Authority has said that they are going to look at OpenAI and Microsoft's tie-up as to whether or not that is legal. We could see some movement there. X has had lots of issues around advertisers abandoning ship. The company is worth a fraction of what it was when Musk bought it, and it's becoming a pretty unpleasant place. I think that Instagram Threads will benefit from that. Meta is going to put more effort into that. And also Blue Sky will become more likely to be adopted by everyday users. We have elections coming up, huge numbers of them, where many of the candidates have said that they are opposed to TikTok's existence. If, for instance, Donald Trump were to win the US presidential election this year, we could once more see a potential ban on the table. Now, TikTok is doing a lot of work around that to try and solve those issues. It has Project Clover in Europe, Project Texas in the United States, where it is moving its data to services that are rooted within those countries. But I'm not sure that will be enough for the China skeptics to convince them that TikTok is a safe place to be. We also can't overlook crypto. Crypto is going to be a huge issue in 2024. The price of Bitcoin is once more on the rise. NFTs have come close to their deathbed, although there is a small resurgence, though nowhere near as popular as they were back at the heights of 2021 and 2022. And it is potentially always going to be tomorrow's technology. One other brief prediction for you, we will see the rise of the metaverse with the use of Apple's VR headset, the Apple Vision Pro becoming really the killer service for this. In the same way that iPhones became popular with smartphone users and really invented that category, we could see the same thing happening here in 2024.
All right, on to what's trending. New year, new you? January is the time for making New Year's resolutions. And this time around, it's in to share your goals for the year in the form of a list on your Notes app. Inspired by the Washington Post annual lists, these kind of posts are taking over the internet. January 1st is also Public Domain Day in the US, meaning artwork from 95 years ago is no longer under copyright protection. This year's work, now in the public domain, includes Winnie the Pooh's friend Tigger and Disney's Mickey and Minnie Mouse as depicted in Steamboat Willie. Now, using those last ones may be tricky as Disney's probably been preparing for that copyright expiration for years, but it hasn't stopped creatives from jumping in. There's already a horror movie as well as horror and shooter games, all involving our favorite mouse.
We're trying to stay very true to Steamboat Willie, so that's that we're not breaking the copyright rule. So we're trying to stay have him physically look like that character. We constantly refer to him as Steamboat Willie throughout the movie as well. So we're trying to keep it to that. But obviously, it's live action. Simon, who plays Mickey Mouse, is wearing the mask, and it's just kind of ridiculous.
Tetris, the colorful shaped game we've all played, and every single one of us has been beaten. Well, not everyone, not anymore, because 13-year-old Willis Gibson, who goes by the monitor Blue Scuddy, has achieved a true kill screen. That's where the blocks descend so quickly that the screen freezes. And here is Willis, who live streamed himself playing in his home in Oklahoma. He's just about to complete the impossible. In 38 minutes, he'd reached an unheard of level of 157 when the game could not keep up and it crashed.
Oh my god!
Just listen to that reaction. The true kill screen, as it's called, has only ever been achieved before by artificial intelligence-led computers. So yes, a victory for humans to kick off 2024. Beyond its famous skyscrapers and litter-free streets, Singapore is a melting pot of cultures, languages, and religions. And one rapper from the city-state has been repping that diversity through his music.
This is so much more than the art, it's identity. I know that you feel it too. Still stuck in the shackles of perception and colonial roots. I'm getting tired just talking about it. I'm getting tired just thinking about it. I'm getting tired, see I do this for my people. But everybody tired. They ask why don't Singaporeans listen to local music? Cause everybody's working and going through it. Dorang pakai seluar, aku pakai sarung awal datuk aku. Never been up, but I've been looking up lately and none of you faces.
That's Abang Sapau, who is of Malay and Sikh heritage in Chinese-majority Singapore. The sarong-clad lad embraces his roots by rapping in a mix of English and Malay. He often infuses traditional music in his songs, much to the delight of his growing fan base online. While many rappers spit bars about the fame, money, and women, Abang Sapau dishes rhymes about his ethnic roots and life, even paying homage to his mother. And he doesn't shy away from questioning modern-day clout culture.
But real question, you got how many streams, but you couldn't sell a ticket? Your intentions are twisted, you make McDonald's music. It's algorithm friendly, the rhythm kinda catchy. You want a couple playlists, a couple thousand views, and then what? It's not reaching the people, it's reaching machines. Step out of the circle, jerking, it is easy to see. The numbers that you flex is suited for virality. The numbers that we flex is suited for longevity. Monetize culture, what you get is industry. Mobilize people, what you get is community. I don't believe in the concept of real art. All art is real, but not all art make you feel, you know?
Abang Sapau joins us now from Singapore. So, aside from calling out the clout chasers online, now that's people who are desperate for followers and likes, what message are you trying to get across with your lyrics?
I think essentially, like, I don't have a problem with people who are chasing followers or likes or anything, you know. At the end of the day, you set your intentions and then you go in pursuit of your goals, you know. But I think my message is towards the people who have certain intentions but go about it in a way that doesn't align with who they are or what they're trying to do. And that's kind of also the kind of mistakes I made early in my career that I feel like I'm in a position now to kind of share and let people know, you know, how to go about things in a way that aligns better with who they are.
So, you describe washing dishes in some of your song lyrics. Just earlier last year, that's where you were, and you're signed by Def Jam. Now, tell us how you got your start.
I got my start, I think, now it's 2024, so I guess it would be 5 years ago. 2019, I was just about turning 20 years old, and that's when I really started my music career. Just under a year later, I got signed by Def Jam, and since then, it's just been quite an interesting journey.
And you rap in a mix of English and Malay. Malay is obviously your mother tongue, although you say you don't speak it at home. What was behind the decision to rap in Malay as well?
I speak Malay with like my elders, you know, friends in school here and there. So it is a a big part of like my culture growing up. I wasn't raised strongly with my Punjabi side, my Sikh side. So it was more towards my mother's side, who's more predominantly Malay, and it's a very big part of my culture, and I'm proud of it.
And how has that resonated with your fans online across Singapore, Malaysia, and other parts of Southeast Asia?
I think it's a language that you can never get anywhere else. There are many languages that are spoken across the world by many people, but I think the Malay language is something that is quite specific to this region, and it's very hard to get this kind of music anywhere else. So, I think they appreciate the uniqueness, and even for other artists that I listen to who rap or sing in Malay, there's a certain uniqueness and flavor in that language that you just can't get anywhere else.
Now, speaking of Malay, your moniker Abang Sapau is obviously Malay. For an international audience, what does that mean?
It just means macho man. When I was younger, I was always the big kid growing up, and instead of calling me the fat kid, they called me the macho kid. So my nickname was Abang Sapau, and then it became my Instagram username. And then when it came time to choose an artist name, I just went with my Instagram username.
Okay, so Macho Man, another thing that you've become known for is obviously your use of the traditional sarong, which is something that you don't see among young people in the region nowadays. So what was behind that decision?
It wasn't even like a artist decision. I've been wearing the sarong. I watched my grandfather wear the sarong a lot when I was growing up, and when he passed away, there was just a bunch of sarongs that he left for us. So I ended up wearing a lot of it. I went to school wearing it before I started music. My mom would scold me and stuff like that. But yeah, I went to public transport wearing it, and then when it came time to be an artist, at first I was trying to dress like your stereotypical rapper, but I realized that didn't resonate so much. So I just went back to how I like to dress, and people liked it, I liked it, so I just went with it, and till now I've just been having a good time. It's very airy. The weather in Singapore is hot, so it's great.
What can we expect from Abang Sapau in 2024?
Definitely an album that I'm working on. It'll be my first album, and I'm quite looking forward to releasing that this year.
All right, thank you, Abang Sapau, for coming on Newsfeed today, and we can't wait to see what you have in store for 2024.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And that's our show. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and get our latest episodes and videos online. See you soon.